Today's spookerific spot's having a look at the Jada Toys Ghostbusters die-cast metal figures consisting of Peter Venkman, Egon Spangler, Ray Stantz, Winston Zeddemore. Figured I'd do all four of these because technically they have pretty much the same bodies to them, and I also wanted to share these and save them for the month of Spottober, as we're currently in full swing the spooky spots for this month. I technically don't have these in proper sequence, as Peter Venkman is M70, Spangler is M72, Stantz is 71, Zeddemore is 73. Technically the order is kind of out of place, but that's kind of the way I look at the I was going to say the trio, but the four of them. I just couldn't think of the four, what four is. Quad? I don't know. Quattro? Who knows? I don't know. The package-wise, pretty much all shares the same style of packaging, other than the characters down below are different, of course, fitting the character quartet. Quartet. Beat somebody to it down below. Somebody was typing quartet. Now they're like, got me again, Spot. Each of the packaging, though, does have the corresponding character down below, which also carries over to the side. And the back, you've got your four Ghostbusters, collect them all. The 4-inch Ghostbusters that we're looking at. There's also a 6-inch Stay Puft, which would be really cool to pick up, and a Venkman and Slimer 2-pack. To check out more from the folks over at Jada Toys, www, deeper and more gruesome voice, jadatoys.com. Here we go. Spot's going to take a very terrifying break and get all four of these opened up. And when we come back, we're going to get a better look at the Jada Toys die-cast metals, the Ghostbusters. There's more anyway, guys. Don't go anywhere. Now that we have the four Ghostbusters out of packaging, let's get a better look at the figures. The figures themselves, again, all share the same body. As you can see, that they all share the same outfits. The only thing that is changed slightly is, of course, some of the little small features, like for example their name badges. Their name badges will vary: Venkman, Spangler, Stantz, and Zeddemore. Other than that, and actually even normally in the Ghostbusters movie, Peter Venkman's boots weren't tucked in. Instead they've opted the route of just giving him this, again, the same body as the other Ghostbusters. We'll kind of go through each one of these. Not really much to talk about, basically, once we've looked at Peter, as again, all their figures are essentially going to be the exact same. So there's Peter Venkman. I think he looks actually quite good, and you know what? Now that I've been kind of looking at these for the last little while, these might be some of my favorite Jada Toy releases. They just have a lot of personality to them, and probably also is the fact that I'm just such a big Ghostbuster fan as well. Like the little walkie-talkie and the hoses are there. Attached to their legs. Unfortunately, there's no arm articulation. So these are the slightly older released Jada Toy figures where they have yet to incorporate arm articulation that we've seen with later lines. As for articulation, basically what you're getting is this. That's about it, just articulation in the lower leg area. They have this over-proportioned, bigger torso, smaller leg thing, but that's basically what you get with the Jada Toy releases. It's to note as well that the backpacks aren't as heavy as you might think that they are. When I got these out of packaging, the first thing I thought was, I'm going to put this down and they're all going to collapse over on them on the back weight of their proton packs. But that is actually incorrect. The proton packs are a soft rubber, obviously a little bit more denser when you look at the main proton pack versus like the wand or the hose, but these are all soft rubber. As a result of it, there's really not much adding to the back weight of the figures. Of course, yes, they will fall from time to time, but there's really no back weight to them where the figures are just going to topple backwards. Very clean paint on all of these, actually. Even like the Ghostbuster logo on the side, very clean, very well done. Very well done, I have to admit. So there's Peter Venkman. Looking at Egon Spangler, pretty much what you just saw with Peter Venkman, same thing can go for Spangler. Of course, his name badge is a little bit different, the name patch. The face sculpt is a little bit different. They've opted to sculpt the glasses into his face, which is, I think, a better route than having these separate. It still conveys him wearing glasses, and then you don't have to run the risk that the glasses are going to come off or break. I think they read all as their individual characters. I don't think, of course, they're not super realistic, but the beauty of like the Jada toy releases is there's like a super stylized look to them that I really dig. They're a good alternative to like perhaps some of the Funko Pop vinyl figures where, you know, it just is too much. It's just too much the same thing. Jada Toys does something different, and I like that. It doesn't appear that the proton packs are removable. I mean, you could technically, from what I can see, see, like the way that it's attached around the waist, there's no way you're going to get that off. So just leave it be. But there's Egon Spangler. Let's have a look at Ray Stantz. Ray Stantz, I'm glad they incorporated his ecto goggles. It departs him then from just looking very similar then to Egon. He's got a more of a browner hair sculpt rather than the black that Egon has. More brown eyes as well. Or darker brown eyes. Egon's got the lighter brown eyes. Here, let me show you the two side by side. There's the two of them right there. I guess you could have sculpted one of them with a ghost trap or something. Or maybe Egon with a PKE meter. That would have been nice too. But still no complaints. There's the back proton packs there. And finally, you've got Winston Zeddemore. This is Winston Zeddemore. Obviously, these are all from Ghostbusters 1, so he still has his mustache. Doesn't have his box cut hairstyle. Maybe they might release these. I'd love to really see them release them also in Ghostbuster 2 figure releases, where you could get the variation to Winston. Maybe even give him like the slime blower tubes on the back. That would be cool too as well. But same articulation, just basically in the lower legs is where where you're going to be able to move the figure. Other than that, that's about it. But I like these quite a bit. They might be my favorite Jada toy releases. And that's saying a lot because like the Jada toys released, of course, the Ninja Turtles, a lot of the DC characters, Marvel characters, but these might be some of my personal favorites. Possibly, if they could ever release something like a Terror Dog, I would be all over that. Literally, I would be all over that. Today's spooky Spot, though. Spot was wanting to do something Ghostbuster related, of course. Stay still, guys. Spot was just telling you how the viewers, how they stood fine. There we go. Certainly stay tuned, guys. Spot's got more spooky spots heading to you this month of Spottober. As always, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.